almost every single hospital in America has a financial assistance policy. So
Okay.
if you are within a certain income range, that hospital is actually required to either reduce it or forgive it completely.
Okay.
So this is like something that a lot of patients leave the hospital without any knowledge of these programs. They go on payment plans, they declare bankruptcy on bills that they actually don't have to pay.
Hmm.
So that is like what my organization does. It helps patients apply for these programs, and we advocate for patients for free to get their medical bills waived or reduced. So, like, number one, I
Hmm.
always tell people, see if you're eligible.
Yeah.
It takes 15 seconds on our website, dollar4.org. You put in your household size, your
Awesome.
income, what hospital, it will tell you if you're eligible. So, what happens if you make too much money? You're not eligible. Most all of these are based off income. So let's say you're over the income threshold. Then you start getting into, okay, well, ask for an itemized bill. See if they say that almost 80% of all medical bills have errors in them. So let's see.
80% have an error. 80% of a medical bill have errors on it.
Yeah, that
Oh my
that's
God. I never knew that stat.
so
That's
I mean,
outrageous.
yeah, this is where you get the $50 Band-Aid, the $100 aspirin. Like, we've all heard these stories about,
Mhm.
there's oh, what's the one when with childbirth, it says something like on the medical bill, it's like skin to skin therapy kind of thing. It's basically like them holding their baby for the first time. It's like there's like a charge. It's like such a weird thing. So, anyways, there's like a bunch of TikTok videos and
Uh,
and Instagram videos where people are going over their itemized bill, and they're
uh,
like, they charged me for this twice. They charged me
yeah.
for this three times. Like, this never happened, blah, blah, blah. This happens all the time. Sometimes just the act of asking for an itemized bill will lower your bill because
Because
they will go
they
through and,
see it and they're
yeah.
like, oh, take this off, take this off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's kind of phase two. And there's a lot of people out there that will say, you know, um, ask for an itemized bill first.
Mhm.
I always say no, ask for charity care first. Like, why do you care about the details of a bill that you don't have to pay? If you
Yeah.
can get it waived, who cares? So,
Right.
um, if like I said, if you're not eligible for charity care, then ask for an itemized bill. See if there's anything you can. There's a couple websites. I think Healthcare Blue Book is one where you can put in the CPT codes and you can see like how much was this supposed to cost, how
Hmm.
much you can kind of go through and
That's
see,
great.
okay, am I being overcharged
That's
and
great.
whatever. So, and I think a lot of people are using AI tools and stuff now to say, okay, well, what is this bill correct, and plug in a bunch of information. So that's kind of step two. And then let's say that your bill is perfect, you're not eligible for charity care. What do you do? Negotiate. I negotiate every single one of my. I got a hospital bill right here, in my backpack. Got it today.
Yeah.
I will negotiate this bill. I know that hospitals will take 20, 30, 50% off if you can offer cash up front.
So
And I,
when you say you negotiate it, right? Like you just call these people up
Mhm.
and you say, "Hey, like I guys got this bill. What do you say? Let's role play. I'm the hospital. You're calling me.
Yep, I'll say, call the billing department
Mhm.
for saying magic words. What is the settlement amount?
What's the settlement amount?
What settlement amount? If you've got $1,000 bill and you call and you have cash, so that's the thing is you got to have the money to be able to settle it, because these hospitals, you know, but whatever it is, labs, whatever, they want to close this account out just as much as you do. They don't want
Yeah.
this going into bad debt. They don't want to have to chase after you. So if you call, you say, okay, I've got this $1,000 bill. What's the settlement amount?
So you just go that clear, like right out of the gate. You're not giving any reason. You're not saying, "Hey, um, finances are tight." Like you just going straight in. Hey, Jared Walker, I'm just calling. I got this bill. Here's the invoice number. Da da da. Well, we just want to know what the settlement amount is.
Yeah, I mean that round one, I don't mess with any of the, because again, I know. So one, I know that I have a year.
Mhm.
I got this bill today. I have a year from today until this impacts me.
Yeah.
So I got time.
Right.
I don't need to call and give them a sob story or do whatever. I just call and say, hey, I've got this bill. I would like to settle this. What's the settlement amount? And if they
Mhm.
say, oh, we don't do that, we don't negotiate, I say, okay, bye.
Mhm.
Call and I'll call again next week. Hey, what's the settlement amount? I will talk to somebody that will offer me something eventually.
Wow,
Um,
that is so valuable, Jared. That is so valuable because the thing is you can get overwhelmed, especially big families. I got 5 kids.
mm,
It's overwhelming the cost of a hospital, let
oh
alone,
yeah.
God forbid, you got to go to the emergency room. It's like, wait, what the heck? It puts you back months.
Hmm.
Like that's the practicality of it.
Yeah,
So,
I tell people I posted a video where I was actually negotiating a bill live. Like I had my phone on speaker and I just went through step by step, block some time. You're probably going to wait on hold for a little bit. What is the settlement amount? Um, and the other thing is, it can't impact your credit for a year,
mhm,
but they'll probably send you to a collection agency
mhm,
after like 180 days of no payment.
right.
So sometimes this happened like in the video that I was referring to, the provider, the hospital was not negotiating. They just
Okay.
wouldn't have it. So I waited until it went to the collection agency. And then I called
Waited.
them and I said, hey, what's the settlement amount? And they gave me 30% off the bill.
Boom, that quick.
So it was just, it's like, I feel like people don't, a lot of times people don't know that that's even an option. It's like, okay, well,
Well,
you know, you barter, you go into the car dealership, it's the same thing. Like, hey, this is how much I got.
I think that's you just nailed it. Most people don't know. I mean, I'm in the credit game. I talk about finances all day long. I talk about people going into bankruptcy. I understand this world so well. I never knew that about the
It,
importance of negotiating all medical debt because it's so outrageously overpriced, right? I
oh
mean,
yeah. Yeah.
and so let's talk about how medical debt improperly should not be on your credit score. This is really, really important. This is a very, very important factor because there's laws in place where it cannot be over $500 or under a year, right? Like hard stop. So if a medical debt is $400, it'll never show up on your credit report.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. And it can't show up under a year.
Correct.
And that was a law put in place by the Biden administration.
Hmm.
And as you said, certain states have different laws, but the Trump administration just came out and said, "Hey, we're not going to allow local state laws." Did I understand that correctly?
That was the headline today.
Okay.
Like I just made a video about it because it kind of shocked me. Because yeah, what they're saying is that they're going to ban, states having laws that would protect patients from medical bills being on your credit report. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know. Um, there's an article that I'm looking at right now. And they're going to try to block that. So we'll see. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of advocacy organizations that are going to fight that. But yeah, that was the headline today is that they're going to try to get rid of those state laws.
And when someone has a medical debt, let's just say it's under $500 or it's before a year on the credit report, what do you recommend? I mean, like I know what I would recommend, but I'd love to hear what you recommend on that.
Yeah, so what I've only seen this a few times, but I've had people call the credit bureau and say, "Hey, this is, and unfortunately, I always tell people like you got to block out time. You're going to
Yeah.
wait on hold for a while." But yeah, call the credit bureau and say, "Hey, I'm looking at this, ding on my credit and this bill um is not eligible for that. It's
Yeah.
under whatever." So that's what I would do.
Hmm.
I've never had to go to like round two on that. They
Hmm.
typically are like, oh yeah, whoops. So
Yeah.
I don't know the correct actions after that,
Yeah.
but typically it's just like a call and like, hey, you messed up here.
So what we recommend is a certified letter, just say it's documented. And you're right, 90%, 92% of the time, those will be fixed, like right out
Yeah.
of the gate. If it's not, we'll have a link below because one of our consumer advocacy attorneys will get that off your credit report for free based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So that's something that
Yeah,
is easily done.
very
Um,
cool.
what else is like an insider with how hospitals bill? What else comes to mind?
There's a lot of little things with hospital financial assistance. So let's pretend you're on a payment plan and you are eligible for charity care. So we just had, a young family apply for financial assistance, $1 and they were on a payment plan for a year. So they've been paying this medical bill for a year, and then they were like, well, gosh, we've never heard of charity care. They were eligible, and we got the bill waived, but we also got them refunded all the money that they had paid from the
Oh my
payment plan.
God, that is fantastic.
So yeah, it can be a pretty big swing for a family. You get a check in the mail plus your bill is eliminated. So that's something you can do if you've been on a payment plan, you're eligible. It is on the hospital to screen you for these programs. And if they didn't screen you, like they gotta refund you because they've, technically been wrongfully billing you that entire time because
Yeah.
you were eligible. So that's another one that I think is really important. Another thing that I tell people is, when you go to the hospital, you get the hospital bill, and then you get the imaging bill, and then you get the, surgeon and all the different providers might bill you separately. So
Mhm.
you could, come out of a hospital stay with 5 or 6 different bills in front of you. And what I tell people is find the hospital bill, apply for the financial assistance program. If you're eligible, the hospital will send you a letter in the mail that says, hey, you're eligible for, let's say, 100%. Your bill's been waived. You take that approval letter and you forward it to all of the other providers in the hospital, and they should honor it at the same amount.
That's
So you should
fantastic.
be able to, get out of there without any out-of-pocket expenses. Now, there are some exclusions to this. If the hospital said, hey, go to the physical therapy office, 3 blocks down or
Yeah.
whatever, and it doesn't happen within the hospital, they're probably not going to have a financial assistance program. But if it happened within the hospital, you should be able to get that way through the hospital's charity care department.
Wow, that's fantastic information, Jared. Fantastic information.
My thing is kind of that order of like charity care. Let's see if there's anything wrong with the bill itself. Ask for the itemized bill, negotiate. You know, Obviously there's a lot of other things that people do. They make GoFundMe's,
Right.
they put it on a credit card. I tell people, please don't panic and put it on a credit card. You would
Yeah.
much rather have medical debt than credit card debt,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Like,
so much better. So much more
so
important.
that's something we see all the time. People, it's like, well, I panicked. They told me it was the final notice. I put it on credit card. Um, don't do that.
Yeah.
So, those are, I'm sure I'm missing some, but those are kind of the quick pointers that I tell people all the time.
Jared, you're doing meaningful work.
Thank you.
$115 million of medical collection gone because of $4. Your commitment to the consumer and it's like a maze. It's a maze of complexity. And I just appreciate this insight and having you on. So thank you so much.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.